Most entrepreneurs want to scale their business, but unfortunately, most of you don't actually know the steps to take to scale. So if you want to understand scale, you have to understand the three different types of businesses. There is done for you businesses, there is done with you businesses, and then there is done by you businesses. So done for you is essentially a service. It means that somebody is paying you for you to complete a certain action for them. This is typically an agency. And agencies are really great businesses to start because they have very low barrier to entry, but they don't have a lot of scale. Because for every new client that you take on, you have to increase your workload by however much work you have to do for the client, right? So they're great with cash flow, but they're bad with scale. Next is done with you. Done with you is typically programs and memberships. So this has a lot more scalability because once you create the membership, there's no limit to how many times you can sell it. However, there usually is some kind of fixed amount of work that you have to put into it. So Copyblogger Academy, this is a membership site. It doesn't cost me any more money to create the products, to create the service. However, I still have to put in a certain number of hours every week to actually facilitate the membership. And so it has higher scale, but you need to sell more. So there's more margin, but there's more volume. Lastly, there is done by you. So the best example of this is like a digital course, right? Where once you create the course, you are done with your investment. You are done with the labor and the money that you have to spend to create the product. And so from this point forward, the only thing stopping you from making more money is just the amount of products that you can sell. And so done by you is the highest scalability. However, opposite to the agency, it's also the lowest price point. So you have to sell a whole lot of products to make the same amount of cash that you would make with the done for you service. So it's a balance, right? You usually start with the agency, you usually start with the service, you create some cash flow, and then as you work your way up the value chain, you create different offers and different products that have higher margin, but you need to sell more of them to create more scalability.